This is part 5 of the information session. Sometimes we're asked, how do the students learn if they're just learning another language and the teacher doesn't translate? The answer is through teaching strategies. For example, teachers shelter their instruction. This means that we use pictures, gestures, modeling, and music to make sure our students understand concepts and what to do. We plan for both content and language, and we have multiple structured opportunities in each lesson for students to use language with each other to build their language proficiency. Another strategy we use is to use their compañeros. Because our classes are balanced, teachers pair students to work together. During English time, the native English speaker can be the expert. During Spanish time, the native Spanish speaker can be the expert. This supports social justice and principles of equity and the balance of power, because in a typical classroom, the native English speaker always has the power in the relationship. They're always the one doing the helping. In a dual language classroom, sometimes the native English speaker is the helper, and sometimes the native English teacher, native English speaker, is the one being helped, and the native Spanish speaker becomes the leader. This shared leadership helps in balancing power and making sure all students understand that everyone is important. Sometimes we're asked if compañeros is hard. Is it hard for students to have two teachers? No. Students see both teachers every day during instruction. They form a bond with both teachers, and they see both teachers as their teachers. They belong to both of them. Teachers collaborate daily on both teaching strategies and their students. The routines in the classroom are the same to keep the students' experience as consistent as possible. The routines are the same to keep the students' experience as consistent as possible. Do students get confused? No. Children quickly learn which words belong to which language and when to speak each language. Students often use all of their language resources at the beginning stages of literacy. It is not confusion. It's normal biliteracy development for bilingual children. By the end of second grade, most students show very few signs of using one language while reading the other. What about homework? For all grades from kindergarten up, we ask adults to help their children make sure they're reading or being read to for 30 minutes each night. For most students, this can mean any language, any book, their choice. That adult that's helping them can be a parent, a babysitter, an older sibling. We can help you get your child into after-school program so that they can do their reading there. For other homework, we recommend to teachers that in grades kindergarten through second grade, the homework could be sent home with a translation. Beyond second grade, third, fourth, fifth through eighth grade, homework is really meant for independent practice. And so we ask the teachers that that homework be homework that the teacher believes the student can complete. It's important to know that sometimes school is hard for some students. Might be problems with or struggles with academics, struggles with social emotional learning, and sometimes we see tears and frustration, especially at the beginning, in any program, whether it's one language or two languages, but especially for kids who are used to understanding everything they hear. It can be frustrating to learn in a second language for the first time. This is normal, and the teachers can help you with strategies. We want to hear from you so we can support your child and your family. Why do we request a commitment? There are several reasons why we ask parents to commit to the program. First, the benefits of bilingualism. Children need 5 to 7 years to develop academic proficiency in their second language. The benefits of bilingualism are for those people who develop high levels of proficiency in both languages. If students leave the program, they may not reap the benefits of bilingualism. Also, there is a wait list. Families who are truly committed to the program might not get a spot. Even if a spot opens up, the proficiency requirements make it more difficult to join the program after kindergarten. So we ask families who are not committed to the program to not apply. Also, there is a challenge in learning two languages. The students who are most successful in the program have families who have made the decision that it is very important to them that their child be bilingual. If math is hard, we work together to solve those challenges. We don't stop studying math. The same is true in a second language. If the second language is hard, we can work together, not stop learning. And because sometimes it's hard, we're committed to making compañeros work. We have extra support staff who work in Spanish and in English. Sometimes families start to wonder if their child is progressing normally or if dual immersion is still right for them. We encourage families to stay in close contact with the teachers. If for some reason you begin to think that Compañeros is not working, the first step is to discuss your concern with the teachers. If you still have concerns, we schedule a 6-week solution cycle where everyone focuses on problem solving the concern so that your child can continue to reach the goal you have set for them. After the solution cycle, we can continue with another solution cycle or discontinue it, and you can decide if the best placement for your child is in the program or at the neighborhood school. Once a child exits, he or she needs to pass proficiency tests and get a spot through the lottery in order to re-enter. So how do you know if Compañeros is right for your family? Well, do you want your child to be bilingual? And would you like them to have friends from a variety of cultures? Do you want them to read and write in English and Spanish? Are you planning on staying in Windham and Willimantic until the end of the program? And can you commit to staying in the program for a minimum of 7 years? If so, then Compañeros could be right for you. The requirements for entering Compañeros are simple for kindergarten. It's just being selected in the lottery. For grades 1 through 8, the lottery is to get an order on the waiting list. If there is space in that child's language, the student will be assessed and interviewed, and the parent will be contacted with an invitation to join if the child meets the late entry criteria. The criteria typically is that they are reading on grade level in their stronger language, and they have some oral proficiency in both languages. In this section, you learned how our students meet the challenge of learning two languages, why we request a commitment, and how to determine if Compañeros is right for your family. So which are true for you? Please mark the ones that are true for you. I want my child to be bilingual. I would like my child to have friends from a variety of cultures. I want my child to learn to read in English and Spanish. We are planning to stay in Windham or Willimantic until the end of the program, and we can commit to staying in the program for a minimum of 7 years. Mark the ones that are true for you and click to continue with the next video.